Hi, how are you doing? This is Pastor Cheryl. We are doing that little verse tonight that I mentioned last night. And so anyway, it's about the golden rule. And Matthew 7:12 to Luke 6:31. 6:31. It's and you know, secular people, or people that are of the Eastern influence, would know this as karma. We have several verses in the scriptures that similar thoughts, very similar thoughts. It's kind of the same concept. If you do something, someone will do it back to you. It'll boomerang back, and so anyway. But this, I'll read it to you. I don't know if you could see that or not. Matthew 7, verse 12. So whatever you wish that men would do to you, do so to them, for this is the law and the prophets. Luke 2:13. And as you wish that men would do to you, do also to them. In other words, if you want people to be nice to you, be nice to them. I taught comparative religions at Clinton Community College in Iowa one year, and there are several Eastern thoughts, several Eastern religions that believe in this. And we do also, as Christians, we also do believe in the same similar ideas. That if you do, that action follows reaction. And so anyway, for an illustration, we had an animal control across the river. I should not tell you what city. And they like to go into people's homes and steal purebred dogs because they knew they could resell them for a lot of money. And they were worth a lot of money. I mean, today you spend a lot of money on a purebred dog. And so anyway, they went in and they were stealing dogs and getting people to sign contracts and whatever so that they could have them, and telling them that they were, temporarily impounding them, and then they would keep them. They would keep them and resell for money. And when this animal control's contract came up and came due, it was a county animal control in a city. And so when the contract came up in the city, the townspeople all came out enraged and said, "We don't want them in our city anymore. We've had it." And so they did not renew their contract. And they dragged their feet on it, and they wanted a church-run shelter, animal shelter, to run their animal control, believing that this church-run facility was more honest, was better. Well, this church-run facility looked at some of the laws and how they handled things. It was written into their bylaws having to do with the city rules. And they said, "We don't agree with this. We don't agree with this at all. We will not do it. And we don't have a big enough facility to handle all the animals that you have over at this other facility over here." It was a privately owned facility that the county was using. And so anyway, all those people were fired. all the animal control people. And then they rehired new, and then they were fired. And then now they've got a whole new group of people over there that have no idea what was going on. And I talked to one of the animal control officers, and he goes, yeah, they were stealing other people's purebred dogs and reselling them to make money. And so recently I went over there and borrowed a friend's car. I don't have a car, but I borrowed this friend's car and drove down my old street. And it feels different. It feels safer, quieter. It just feels a lot safer. And I thought, I should come back. I should come back and run for 5th Ward Alderman, and I should, restart Neighborhood Watch. And anyway, and I had talked to my landlord because they have property over there, and they had a place for me. And typical of corporate-run landlords, they rented it out from under me. They promised it to me, and then they rented it to someone else. And I'm like, yeah. And yet, you have to be careful about doing things like that, because people were reported to the Better Business Bureau. It'll be a black mark on them forever. Right, that's the beauty of reporting something shady, some shady operation to, the Better Business Bureau. It will be always a point against them, because people won't really read all the way through. They're just going to look at the points and say, what is this business like? And then they look at the Better Business Bureau, and then they see the points, the negative points, and they go, oh, we'll avoid that business in the future. Okay? And they just might read a little bit of each one and just kind of get the gist. But anyway, so basically this scripture, the golden rule, is do good to others as you would have them do unto you. Do nice things to for other people. It'll come back to you. When I used to take in homeless people a lot, and just one at a time. And then when I became homeless, there was a home for me. That's true. When I became homeless, there was someone willing to take me in. And that's because I had always taken care of other people. And I'm easy to get along with. If you can't get along with me, you can't get along with anyone. Serious. And so, anyway, the golden rule, I will write these scriptures down for you, and you will see them. If you click on them, and you'll see them. Give me a thumbs up. Please give me a thumbs up, because this does matter to YouTube. They want to see their and then they want to see their people succeed. And so anyway, thumbs up and subscribe, and we will go on to the next scripture that we haven't covered tomorrow. The test of a good man. There is such a section. So we'll be doing this tomorrow. Okay? I'll see ya. Bye-bye.